So, this afternoon we're going to talk about medical terminology. Again, the purpose of this presentation is to introduce some terms that you're going to become very familiar with. There's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more. And if you have some, or if you've been exposed to some maybe this morning in our earlier presentation that you want to go over, please jump in, don't hesitate, and let's see if we can get this thing to work. You ever have one of those days? So what we're going to talk about is we're going to try and recognize some terms, most importantly, identify sometimes when there's common terms, and you'll see that a lot where they may have different meanings, and really try to present some common medical terminologies that you'll see in the business. We're going to talk a lot about pacing. We're going to talk about pacemakers. You'll hear the term sometimes the IPG, the implantable pulse generator. Another very common name for that pulse generator, probably not used appropriately, but you'll hear it used very, very often, is the CAN. So the device itself, the pacemaker itself, sometimes will be called the CAN. You may also hear people refer to the pacemaker as the Brady device. Now here's one that's not on the slides. A low voltage device. Low voltage. As compared to an ICD, which is a high voltage device. So you may hear people refer to the pacemaker or the implanted pulse generator as a low voltage device. On the ICD side, implantable cardioverter defibrillator. Get familiar with that term. Some people, for some reason, struggle with the word defibrillator. I've heard defibrillator. If you have trouble with that word, call it an ICD. Makes it a lot easier. You may also hear some of the folks that have been around the business for a long time call it an AICD. Okay? The A comes from automatic implantable cardioverter defibrillator. You may also hear people call it a tachy device. You may hear people just call it the defib. Or again, the CAN. Also high voltage. So low voltage for Brady, high voltage for a tachy device.